I wish I'd had one of these for Tony. I wonder what part of her personality is on here. I bet it's her shapely butt. That's one of the guys I beat up outside the city gate. I'll have to be careful. She's got style. She's right for me. What an ugly bird. Don't they have any face checks around here? Excuse me?
What do you want?
Say, where's your pal?
Wink? He's got in our secret hideout, even though he's not really qualified. Blind as a bat in his right eye. And the right eye is the important one after all.
Huh? Who says that?
My mama. Why?
I think an apology would be in order.
What for?
Like for attacking me in the street?
Listen up, kiddo. I'm a member of unorganized crime.
And how does that give you the right to assault innocent passers-by in broad daylight?
That's the way we roll.
Cool. So, unorganized crime, what is it exactly?
We're just like a criminal organization without the organized bits.
So, what does the Organon think of your organization?
This is the floating black market, kiddo. We don't care what the Organon thinks.
So, what about that Organon official right behind you?
What? Very funny.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Could I join you, maybe? I'm incredibly unorganized.
Don't be ridiculous. What could you possibly have to offer?
I am so incredibly cool.
Just how cool?
I'm so, laid back that the back of my head, is almost touching the ground. Yeah.
That's kid stuff. You're simply not reckless enough for an unorganized criminal.
I'm a gifted tinkerer.
Really? So what do you tinker?
Power inverters, escape machines, a life of order and contentment.
That's kid stuff. You're simply not reckless enough for an unorganized criminal.
I'm very resilient. I can fall from a tower 2 miles high into a pile of syringes without taking any damage.
Remarkable. And can you juggle balls on your nose?
Oh, really? I'm a daring adventurer, not a circus ocelot.
That's kid stuff. You're simply not reckless.
And I'm a good listener.
You are? That sounds interesting.
They call me the Ear.
You know, there's this story that I've always wanted to...
Eagle Ear, master of sound waves.
But my story...
Listening his opponents into the dust.
Forget it.
What? Did he say something? I certainly am reckless enough.
No, you're not.
So how can I prove to you that I'm reckless enough?
You'd have to do something truly reckless, like shave Donna's cat, for instance.
If that's all.
That wasn't a serious suggestion. Nobody in his right mind would ever do something that reckless.
Hey, I'm not nobody in his right. Don't try to stop me. I'll soon be part of your organization. You'll see.
Ah, beat it.
I'll get back to you.
Whatever.
I hope there's also something useful in there. Whew. Despite my mighty strength, I'm not going to get anywhere without tools. The flap is screwed down. Huh. So that's how it works. Hi-ho, hi-ho.
Are you looking for trouble?
Oh, come on. Sing along. Hi-dee-dee-dee-lo.
Man, are you lucky I don't hit the handicap.
That must be Gulliver. He looks all right to me, but he's a lousy replacement for Lonzo. Hi.
A new customer. Welcome to Gulliver's Gully. I'm Gulliver. If you need to use the bathroom, let me know. Then I'll give you the key, the flashlight, and the wolf repellent. We assume no liability for damages caused by the peanuts on the counter. So, what can I do for you?
Gulliver's Gully doesn't sound terribly inviting.
My customers aren't used to being invited anywhere. Who would want to invite thieves and smugglers? Or people with infectious mouth diseases? Now, if you're looking for an inviting ambience, you'd better go uptown, kid.
It's pretty dark in here.
That's a good thing. Most of my regulars aren't a pretty sight. But if you think this is dark, just wait until the generator breaks down again.
Does that happen often?
Unfortunately, yeah. It's the salty air. Almost the same effect as sugar in the tank. Odd, isn't it?
What else is there to see in the floating black market?
Don't tell me you're a tourist. In that case, you'd better go uptown. Assuming they let you in. Downtown is reserved for smugglers, fences, gamblers, and pirates. For a special thrill, I recommend watching the platypus pataka in the market arena. However, fighting only takes place when two squabblers are going after each other.
Can't the jukebox play a different song for a change?
What do you mean? It plays a different song all the time.
Are you sure? It does sound pretty familiar, you know.
Leave my jukebox alone. Nothing but classics in the playlist. My favorite is the mating song of the junk crabs, but only when the door's closed. I have enough complaints about crab bites as it is.
I need to use the bathroom.
Then you should sign this waiver first.
A waiver? I hereby confirm that I am not entitled to seek damages against Gulliver, Gulliver's Gully, or Splash Me Toilet Outfitters in the case of blah 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 blah, hair loss, chemical burns to the nasal mucous membranes, blah 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 blah, spider bites, rat bites, wolf bites, blah 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 blah, leprosy, psoriasis, or any kind of curse inflicted by indigenous tribes? Who would sign this nonsense?
Well, the owner of the drugstore, for one.
Is he suicidal?
No. Blind. Using this bathroom is also a popular test of courage. I mean, popular with those who are named in the will. Garliff up there currently has a bet going on with his buddy, Lebo. But, I don't think he's gonna do it. He's still got plans.
Yeah, well, I have a plan, too. I'm planning not to act like a coward. Hand me that pen.
You don't have to do this. You know that, right?
I've never done things I had to do.
Well then, good luck. When your urge to go becomes stronger than your sense of self-preservation, you can ask Garliff for the key.
I'll do that. A drink, please.
Have you got any money?
Well,
I thought so. I mean, just look at you.
why does everybody always say that?
Come back when you've got money. Transients don't get a tab here.
A drink for the lady, please.
No, thanks. Even if I could bring myself to drink from these filthy glasses,
No comment.
I would never allow the likes of you to buy me a drink.
And what if I were the last man in existence?
What do you mean, were?
Bummer. I've got a few questions regarding your regulars.
Spit them out.
Do you know Captain Bozo?
Sure. He drops anchor here on a regular basis. I think he's got something going on with the owner of the weapons store in Little Venice. She won't break your heart. She'll perforate it with a repeating laser.
And Bozo has a thing going with that fury? I can hardly imagine how that would work out. Go on, tell me.
I think he's got something going on with She won't break your heart.
And Bozo has a... I can hardly imagine. Don't you ever run into problems with the Organon? To me, it looks like everyone here is doing whatever they want.
That's right. The authorities leave us alone here. Portofisco is far away, and the magnetic train route runs along the coast. That's how the floating black market was formed in the first place. We're always in places where the Organon doesn't look.
And if I told you that it won't stay that way for long?
Then I would tell you to go join Janosch and his resistance windbags. Only an idiot would believe in that conspiracy crap.
What kind of people usually hang out here?
Well, riffraff and rabble, you know, thieves, cutthroats, but the good kind.
Well, it's pretty empty at the moment.
Always is this time of day. Besides your people, only Nod is here now. He's with unorganized crime. I think he's here now because his brother Wink took over the first third of the preliminary 5 o'clock shift today. But as you can imagine, unorganized crime schedules are a little obscure. And then there's Garliff. He comes here to play.
So what does he play?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Seriously? Your dangerous rabble plays rock, paper, scissors?
It may not sound like a game for tough men, but the stakes are high. And they play with loaded fingers.
What can you tell me about unorganized crime?
I wouldn't mess with them if I were you. They're dangerous and unpredictable. If you want to know more, go ahead and ask Nod over there.
You mentioned an underground movement. What's up with that?
Well, calling it an underground movement might be somewhat exaggerated. Garliff and his friends, Janosch and Lebo, hold regular meetings in Janosch's mother's basement.
That's gotta be a joke.
It is. And the punchline is Janosch, their leader. He thinks he's some sort of freedom fighter.
That's it for now.
Yep. That was definitely enough.
See you later.
Come back when you're serious about buying a drink.
She's got style. She's right for me. All right, Rufus. This is a routine situation for a ladies' man like yourself. Easy peasy. No reason at all to be nervous. You are eloquent and witty. Very handsome. And your hair smells of solvents. Now, for the right facial expression. Here it comes. Check. Charm cannons at full blast. And now, to come up with the best possible line. Oh, that's it. A classic. Take a deep breath, and then... Here I go.
Oh, heavens, it's you again. You never give up, do you?
You have to come with me and see Doc.
What for? So you can demolish my head even further?
Ah, really turned your head, did I?
Turning heads and demolishing them are two different things.
With Tony's tortoise, they weren't.
Listen, Rufus, I am dirty, my hair is a mess, and my head feels like someone sliced through my skull with a circular saw.
Yes, but there's no proof.
And to top it all off, I'm starving. So, you had better stay away from me.
Hey, if you're hungry, I've got a leftover bowl of peanuts from our last mud cake festival.
Ooh, yuck! It's growing hair. I bet this little bowl contains more killer bacteria than a biological warfare lab.
Nah, we're all out of killer bacteria. These are influenza viruses.
You must come with me. Something went wrong with the surgery.
What do you mean something went wrong?
Well, you know the fairy tale about the three bears? It was pretty much like that, just that there were no bears. And that your mind was, split three ways during botched brain surgery, that's all.
What?
No, don't panic, I'll fix everything. Won't you please just come along?
No, I'd rather starve here.
Can't we speed this up a little? We both know that you can't resist me forever.
I said no. And if you were a gentleman, you would know what that word means.
So, this is where you've been hanging out.
Believe me, I would much rather be on the West Promenade by the rotating gardens. At this time of year, Morris serves the best soyacino in all of Elysium. Instead, I'm sitting in this hole in the ground drinking... What is this, anyway?
Camel drool, what else?
Camel drool.
No, wait, the camel drool's still under the counter. What you got there is the tincture for my nail infection.
Ah! Does that mean you bathed your filthy nails in this?
Yeah, but go ahead and drink it. Apparently it only works on fingernails.
And this is where my mechanisms of repression should be kicking in. Ah! Here they are.
Are you mad at me for some reason?
Whatever makes you think that? You kidnapped me, caused me a bad head injury.
That's not the way I remember it.
You appear to be suffering from a perception disorder.
You mean, in reality, you're not sexy at all?
Just stay away from me. Understood?
What do I have to do to make you come along?
First of all, you should look up the meaning of the word no.
Yeah, all right, let's assume I just did that. What would I have to do next? Could I interest you in a romantic dinner?
A dinner invitation? Really? Huh. Maybe there is a spark of gallantry left under that filthy coat of yours.
Dinner first. You can go looking for my gallantry later.
Which restaurant did you have in mind? And is it clean?
A restaurant? I was thinking of, an extra serving of peanuts. I mean, they're free, aren't they?
Yeah, if you don't count the doctor's bill.
Ah, great.
It sounded too good to be true. Just forget it.
Hey, baby.
There he goes again.
Did it hurt when you fell from heaven?
It did indeed.
Oh, right. Yes, I can imagine. We're actually not all that different. Neither of us belongs on this planet.
That's right. I belong on Elysium, and you belong in solitary confinement.
No. What I meant was we belong together. We are soulmates, so to speak.
I have no idea where you get that notion. I am sophisticated. I am educated.
Check.
I haven't got any communicable diseases.
But I still maintain that we're very similar.
Just don't come too close to me, will you?
Here's looking at you, kid.
Why? Do you have a sty or something?
Now that you mention it, I've actually got a little eye infection.
Ugh, keep your distance, okay?
What's a nice girl like you doing in a place like this?
Good question. What am I doing here? Oh, I remember. You dropped me from the escape pod.
Saved you, dropped you. Doesn't all that depend on the point of view?
Only if you're a short-sighted idiot.
Luckily, that's easy to verify. Hey, Bozo, did I rescue Goal?
No idea. I gave up trying to understand what you were doing a long time ago.
You see, Bozo thinks I'm cool too. I give up.
I'm afraid I already know you better than that.
Wait here, I'll be right back.
Is that a promise?
Of course.
Good. That increases the chances that you'll stay away.
What a woman.